Hey guys, I want to do a quick little video about articulation. I wrote a little post about articulation being akin to enunciating your syllables as you speak. And indeed, you know, if you listen to a good player play, that there's a lot of articulating going on. I remember coming to this conclusion when I listened to a lot of Charlie Parker play, and I was going through the Parker Omni book. There's very little articulations in that book. And so what they recommend you do is to listen and try to imitate. And I found that concentrating on his articulation really helped me to sort of mimic that bebop sound. But it's true across all genres of music. I think I mentioned one of my students was playing I Just Called to Say I Love You. And when I play songs like that, even pop tunes, even ballads, and Dexter Gordon was good at this too, he would look at the words. One of the reasons is, you know, so that you can get an idea of the emotion that you're supposed to put through the song. But the other reason is to literally articulate as a singer would be saying those words. And I saw a great saxophone player named Ken Radnofsky from the Northeast. I was at a master class years and years ago, and he was talking about articulating syllables, na, la, ta. And it just went over my head. I didn't really get it because I was taught ta, maybe da. And so I know that when I say these things to young students, it might go over their head, but I thought it might be neat to demonstrate some of that. So, you know, there's a couple of great Charlie Parker licks out of that book. So I'm going to try and play a couple of those licks without any articulation. They still sound cool. They sound even better when you can sort of do a little bit of articulation. So, you know, there's no way to document that. I mean, if you could see what my tongue is doing inside, you would just shake your head and say, I'll never be able to do that. But that's not the idea. The idea is to listen and to try to imitate it. And I think if you concentrate on articulation in cases like this, it can really go a long way to helping you get the sound you want. Here's another one of those great Parker licks. That wasn't very good. Let me try again. Cool little lick, right? When you add the articulation. Not that great, but you can hear, I think you can hear a difference. I mean, I can certainly feel a difference, and it's just a little bit more specific. And the way you get about doing this is you have to do it consciously. In the post that I wrote about, I was talking about my student. He basically was slurring everything. He knows how to tongue. He tongues very well, actually. But when he's reading and playing just things off the top of his head, it's not front of mind. So the way you do that is to actually sit down and, you know, maybe learn your scales all staccato. Consciously try to slur all the time, or a combination of those two. You have to make it a conscious decision to include articulation, to practice articulation, in order to have it come out in your playing. So anyway, there you have it. Probably not a great playing example, but I wanted to follow up with a little video. We'll talk soon.